Very good afternoon to everyone. So today I'm going to share a very short presentation on world-class learning global futures. Actually, what I'm going to share is actually support the aspiration of the Rancangan Pendidikan Malaysia 2026 and 2035. Now, after my presentation, we will actually see a real case studies of how students has progressed and use the kind of latest learning materials that actually blend into the aspiration of Rancangan Pendidikan. All right? Okay, very quickly. The thing is that some of the issues that we're looking now, the challenges that are facing now is that reading is declining, all right? A lot of students are not reading sufficient, but how do we get the students to read, all right? There are few options, there are ways which we are constantly discovering to help the student to read better. Then the limited global exposure. Sometimes students are not being exposed to what is out there, what are the teaching and learning resources that's out there that entice them to read, that encourage them to read, all right? And the other thing is that language confidence. All right, in a country where basically English could be a second language or foreign language and such like that, right? When we go on the international stage, generally we need to have some confidence and some kind of mastery of a certain language, so that whatever we read, we comprehend. And of course, AI readiness. We talk about AI. But are we actually ready? And when we will actually be ready? So this is the question that is going to be part of the Rancangan for 2026 to 2035. Now, the thing is that the future learners need more than textbook, all right? I'm actually going to go very quickly because I think a lot of you are expert in this area. On topic like critical thinking, global awareness, all right, communication skill, AI literacy, and lifelong learning, which you guys will be actually helping me to fulfill this aspiration, right? Okay, so the future ready learner will have knowledge, will basically have literacy, will have global awareness from all the global things that you read about, will have some research based on whatever you have read. You will conquer language and personalization in the sense that you know what you like and you will actually read more what you like, the topics that you like, all right? And the important thing is that in the library world, we are saying that, hey, what happens? Students are not reading. Why are they not reading? And stuff that they must have engaging content, engaging resources that build a curiosity. If I'm curious and I want to know, then I want to read and I want to learn. All right. And generally, there's a lot of resources like BBC Earth. It covers science, history, nature. All right. And we can actually use really beautiful pictures to make sure that I start something like, it's just like you go to a restaurant, rather than have a very heavy meal, you start with some starters, that beautiful pictures, you look at it, you enjoy, and you go into heavier stuff. Now, the other good thing is that as a teacher, many of us actually, yes, after you read, but what do I do about it? I will actually inquire about what I read. I will actually have a reflection, and sometimes have a little debate. Like say, is AI good for you or AI bad for you? And later on, you do an analysis and a report of your findings. And the good thing is, many of these teaching and learning resources, we should actually have teacher's guide, teacher's answers, marking schemes and stuff like that, because the teachers are so overwhelmed with so much of work that they do every day. So whatever you do with the kids is good for any publisher to actually publish all these additional resources. Not that the teacher don't know, but they're very short of time. And sometimes if you implement it to many schools together, everybody will be sahati sajiwa looking at the same topic that you actually are teaching and learning together as a community. All right. Now, building global citizens. How do we actually get our students an international citizenship? All right. We don't want to be just jago kampung alone. We want to compete in the international stage. We want to earn US dollar or pounds, which is many times more than the normal currency denomination that we use. All right. So we do actually have press reader, which you actually can, read globally. If you're a National Library member, or as long as you're Malaysian, you actually register, use Pustaka, you can actually have 7,000 newspaper to read. If you subscribe yourself, it costs you thousands of ringgit per year. But being a Malaysian citizen, you have this privilege of being a National Library member. I can read all these newspapers, magazines, 7,000 of them for free. That is a privilege of being a Malaysian citizen. All right. And some of the community or some of the schools, especially international schools, and probably some libraries, we're actually pitching this to the Penang State Library as well, to give you all something that is branded, like the National Geographic. National Geographic started 1888, the first issue in black and white until today. And sometimes you will notice the yellow frame, all right? And it's kind of premium, it's kind of cool to read. And these are something that we look into. And the good part is, we actually start with a visual learning with nice images that is very attractive, and from there we start the engine going and reading and learning more. All right, so we basically build students' communication. We do actually have some programs that we started with the Ministry of Education, with the mosque, with the temple, with the churches as well, where you use AI to help people teach and learn English. Now, why this is important? Sometimes, right, we don't have that many teachers, and you cannot keep on calling a teacher over and over again. Like we're watching the Netflix movie, right? Teach you a lesson, right? The parent, the student keep calling the teacher forever. The teacher also will get burned out. So, which is why AI can actually play a role to be an online tutor or AI tutor to help the student to learn. Sometimes one of the most important skills is learning how to speak. When you know how to speak, you communicate what you want, you comprehend, and basically you will get more deals when you know how to speak. You get your scholarships, you can actually get the things that you desire when you know how to communicate properly. So these are some of the programs that we are actually implementing. Now, the things that from a passive learning to active communication. So the new classrooms, basically, students actually want to learn based on what is most current, what is trending, what matters to me, what I'm watching on YouTube, what is the world talking about, all right? And your news bite does a lot of things, right? Very current, what you're doing today. And so does all these videos that is authentic. And then the things that when you're stuck, the AI will be your online tutor to guide you and help you, all right? And you can actually interact with the AI. You have the experience of talking to the AI in the sense that it's like your buddy and your friend can talk about anything, and also the video that you're learning, all right? And that, as we go along, a very important thing to note is that we need to track our progress. How far have we progressed, all right? You can't say, my daughter joined your school, how well has she done? You cannot say, I think, I feel she's this. I have actually evidence to tell people that how far I've gone, how much I've progressed. Since you joined my class, you are actually at A1. But after one term, you reach A2, which is measurable. The results have to be measurable. All right, and these are the CFR measuring grid that we actually use in the Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia for not only students but teachers as well. All right, so we build readers and we personalize the learning journey with them. All right, and the other thing is that we look into a program where we basically, after your news bite, this is the next program that we're going to do, where you personalize. Sometimes when you read, you feel that, hey, I want to be the hero of the book. Not always reading about other people's story. Other people become the hero. So when I read, I actually tell the machine, I tell the AI that me and my sister Kaswini is going to be the hero, and then we are going to a zoo expedition. And you command the machine, the AI, to basically come up with a story for you. And you can actually choose what kind of setting you want, what kind of color you want. If you like manga, it says, I want the story to be created in a manga format. If I like somebody's voice, maybe an older gentleman, a young child, and such like that, you can choose to pay the voice talent that you want. Alright, it's very personalized. And after you have created the book, you can translate to Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Cina. Those days you have pen pal. Now I don't know whether you have pen pal, but you got Facebook, Instagram, friends all around the world, right? You can just send your stories that is translated to your friends around the world. Alright? Okay, future-ready learners. These are an array of products and resources that we can use, and we work together with the schools to give you the experience of experiencing what international school and the global community are using. So everyone have equal access to opportunity to learn. Alright? Okay, so students, teachers, libraries, ministry, we tell the kids to collaborate, but all we leaders in the education segment should collaborate and build a better future for our kids. Okay? So we're going to support more than 5.4 million students in the schools over a period of the next 10 years. And then we have a lot of ciri-ciri insan sejahtera that is more human rather than just AI. Alright? With that, I thank you for short sharing.